We come together not only to mark the start of your relationship, but to recognize the bond that already exists between the two of you. This day is all about your love and commitment to one another. Yet the commitment you are making here today is not actually a new one, because the promises you will make here before all of us have already been made in your hearts. Marriage is a gift from God, a miracle. And after speaking to you both, it is obvious that you already know some of the great blessings that marriage has to offer. It is an opportunity to feel the joy of taking care of someone who takes care of you, to be challenged toward growth, yet gently nurtured, to love deeply and to receive it in return. It is about trust, friendship, and having a partner to share all life has to offer. It is a commitment to participate in a process of mutual evolution, understanding, and forgiveness. It is indeed a sacred union to be treated with reverence. Marriage is not a place to hide from the world. It is a safe place to grow and become wiser. It is a place to evolve into better people, so that you can go out in the world and make a difference by spreading the joy and wisdom that you have found with each other. Together in this marriage you shall contribute more fully, for you both shall be more full. Lyndsy, Brian is a gift to you from God, but he is not a gift for you alone. It is God's will that in your love this man might find within himself a greater sense of who he is meant to be. You are asked to see the good in this man, to accept him for who he is and who he shall be. In this way, God's purpose shall be accomplished in your relationship. May this man find the kingdom of heaven through the love you share. And so it is with you also, Brian, that although Lyndsy is God's gift to you, she is not a gift intended for you alone. You are asked by God to so love this woman, that in your love she might find herself as God has created her, so beautiful and strong, brave and true, that the entire world might be blessed by the presence of a woman who shines so. May she relax in your arms as she has never relaxed before. May she know from now on that there is one on whose love she can depend upon forever. May you both create with God a piece of heaven on earth. Now I would like to call upon Brian's nephews, Hunter and Dawson, and his niece, Alana, for their reading.
Last night I had a dream. I dreamed I was walking along the beach with the Lord. Across the sky flashed beams from my lips. For each scene, I noticed two sets of footprints in the sand. One belonged to me, the other to the Lord. After the last scene of my life flashed before me, I looked back at the footprints in the sand.
I noticed that at many times along the path of my life, especially at the very lowest and saddest time, there was only one set of footprints.
This really troubled me, so I asked the Lord about it. Lord, you said once I decided to follow you, you'd walk with me all the way. But I noticed that during the saddest and most troublesome times of my life, there was only one set of footprints. I don't understand why, when I needed you the most, you would leave me. The Lord replied, my son, my precious child, I love you and I would never leave you. During your times of suffering, when you could only see one set of footprints, it was then that I carried you.
Thank you very much, Alana, Hunter, and Dawson. And now I would like to call upon Lynsy's sisters, Amy and Jessica, nieces Isabella and Gabriella, for their reading.
I carry your heart with me, I carry it in my heart. I am never without it. Anywhere I go, you go, my dear, and whatever is done by only me is your doing, my darling. I fear no fate, for you are my dear, my sweet, and love my world is his will. You are my will, my true, and fixed. You are whatever a meaning has always meant, and whatever a sun will always
Well, thank you very much, family. And now I have a question. Brian, will you have this woman to be your wedded wife? Do you promise to love her and be a comfort to her in sickness and in health, and to keep her from this day forth?
I do.
And Lyndsy, will you have this man to be your wedded husband? Do you promise to love him and be a comfort to him in sickness and in health, and to keep him from this day forth? And Brian, would you please repeat? I, Brian,
I, Brian,
take you, Lyndsy,
take you, Lyndsy,
to be my wedded wife,
to be my wedded wife,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
to honor and comfort,
to honor and comfort,
for better or for worse,
for better or worse,
in sorrow and in joy,
in sorrow and in joy,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
from this day forth.
from this day forth.
And Lyndsy, would you please? I, Lyndsy, take you, Brian, to be my wedded husband, to have and to hold, to honor and comfort, for better or for worse, in sorrow and in joy, to love and to cherish, from this day forth. And so we come, Brian and Lyndsy, to the presentation of rings by which you symbolize and bind your love. The circle has long been a symbol of God, without beginning or end. No point of weakness, the circle is a reminder of the eternal quality of God and of unending strength. And I would ask Keith to please come forward to present Brian with Lynsy's ring, please. Now, I'm going to ask that you let the seamless circle of these rings become the symbol of your endless love. Your wedding rings are most special because they say that even in your uniqueness, you have chosen to be bonded, to allow the presence of another human being to enhance who you are. Your rings carry a potent double message. We are individuals, and yet we belong. We are not alone. As you wear them through time, they will reflect not only who you are, but also the union you are making. The fact that throughout the rest of your lives, each of you will be imprinted by the other, yet as yourself remain. Yeah, as you place the ring on it, want me to hold this for you? I'm going to keep it right here. Brian, would you please repeat? I, Brian,
I, Brian,
give you, Lyndsy,
give you, Lyndsy,
this ring as an eternal symbol
this ring as the eternal symbol
of my love and commitment
of my love.
to you. And Keith, could we have the other ring, please? Lyndsy, as you place this ring on Brian. Thank you, Keith. And I'll ask you to repeat after me. I, Lyndsy, give you, Brian, this ring as an eternal symbol of my love and commitment to you. And you can join hands. Now I'm going to ask everybody for your help and some vocal assistance along with this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, each of you that are here today have all been invited because you are all loved and have played a vital role in the lives of Brian and Lyndsy. And as we are all gathered here together with them, we do make up their community. And since we have just witnessed the exchanging of their vows to each other, it is also important to recognize the important role that each individual one of you has and holds in this marriage. So the group vocal response will be, we will. So, do you promise, in honor of Brian and Lyndsy, that you will encourage and love them, give them your guidance, and support them in the promises that they have made here today?
We will.
Very good. Thank you. I heard that. Everybody did. Okay. So now, the rose ceremony is simple yet profoundly moving. The bride and groom exchange 2 roses, symbolize the giving and receiving of their love for each other throughout their entire married life. The rose ceremony also conveys how to use the rose and its symbolism in difficult times in order to forgive each other. So, Brian and Lyndsy, your gift for each other for your wedding today has been your wedding rings, which shall always be an outward demonstration of for your vows of love and respect and a public showing of your commitment to each other. You now have what remains the most honorable title which may exist between a man and woman, the title of husband and wife. For your first gift as husband and wife, that gift would be a single rose. In the past, the rose was considered a symbol of love, and a single rose always meant only one thing. It meant the words, I love you. So it is appropriate that your first gift as husband and wife, that gift would be a single rose. So would Lynsy's cousin Jimmy please come forward with the 2 roses? Thank you, Jim. Now, Brian and Lyndsy, would you please exchange your first gift as husband and wife? Okay, thank you. It's pretty simple. Now, in some ways it seems like you have done nothing at all. Just a moment ago you were holding a rose, and now you are holding one small rose. In some ways a marriage ceremony is like this. In some ways, tomorrow is going to seem no different than yesterday. But in fact today, just now, we both have given and received one of the most valuable and precious gifts of life. One I hope you always remember. The gift of true and abiding love within the devotion of marriage. Brian and Lyndsy, I would ask that wherever you make your home in the future, whether it be a large and elegant home or a small and graceful one, that you both pick one very special location for roses, so that on each anniversary of this truly wonderful occasion, you both may take a rose to that spot, both as a recommitment to your marriage and a recommitment that this will be a marriage based upon love. In every marriage there are times where it is hard to find the right words for some intricate occasions. If this should happen, if you simply cannot find these words, leave a rose at that spot which you both have selected. For that rose says what matters most of all, and should overpower all other things and all other words. That rose says the words, I still love you. The other should accept this rose for the words which cannot be found, and remember the love and hope that you both share today. Brian and Lyndsy, if there's anything you remember of this marriage ceremony, it is that it was love that brought you here today. It is only love which can make it a glorious union, and it is by love which your marriage shall endure. So for as much as you, Brian, and you, Lyndsy, have openly declared your wishes to be united in marriage, and in the presence of these witnesses have pledged love to each other, and have confirmed the same by joining hands, exchanging rings, and declaring your vows, I, as a justice of the peace, and legally authorized to do so by the state of Connecticut, pronounce that you are now husband and wife. Brian, you may now kiss your new and beautiful bride.